Good morning, everyone. This is LaDonna with Rebs Community. Sleeping behind me on my back is the producer, Nissa. She has fell asleep. I was wanting to speak to you all concerning the videos that Angel had posted earlier. It was wrong for this man to come to us under false pretenses. I understand her hurt, her pain. I think I see it more clinically, as I always do when she works these cases, because a lot of times people die. And sadly, that's just a fact. They've done the surgery probably 300 times and had anywhere from 60 to 75 people live. It is not something that anyone should have done under any situation that does not involve a real hospital, a real team of doctors. You need vascular doctors. You need, if you're female, we even had an OBGYN there. I mean, there are so many teams that you need. And we lost our blood 3 times completely and had to have transfusions. And if this gentleman has body integrity identity disorder known as BIID, not to be mislabeled, I assume would be the best word, as BID, which is body identity disorder. Body integrity identity disorder is when you have a persistent thought of ways and of wanting to be disabled in some way. With body identity disorder, it is not always something as dramatic. It could be looking in the mirror when you weigh 100 pounds, but you see a person weighing 200 pounds. And it could be being 200 pounds and you're seeing yourself as the 110-pound person. I don't believe, even though probably the condition has led to this new disorder. Now, the body integrity identity disorder is not yet officially recognized in any of the DSMs that I have looked through. I am doing a lot of research on this topic. No one meant any offense whatsoever at anyone who has body integrity identity disorder or body identity disorder. We ourselves have what is known as multiple personality disorder or dissociative identity disorder. These people suffer. I watched a video and they literally suffer mentally because it feels like what they have doesn't belong there. But how far do you let that go? You know, the question is becoming, do you amputate or do you not? And most doctors will not amputate without a medical reason for amputating anything. Some of the people talked about shooting an alcohol solution into their body part to make it, I'm assuming, deteriorate or something, so that then it would have to be removed. People have used, as Angel said, dry ice. People have went to the point to seriously hurt a limb to meet what they feel they should be. It also says that some people with body integrity identity disorder, it's more about feeling that that person is stronger than them. That person survived. That person gets more attention. They don't see the side that Angel read in Do You Really Want to Be an Amputee? Um, for some, it's the helplessness. They don't want any limbs. They want to be totally at someone else's mercy. So it follows all, different pathways depending on why and what the person is wanting done. But as Angel mentioned to you all, you can't really treat just the body. In most cases, you have to treat the mind as well. That's the same for pressure sores, which we'll be doing a lot of videos concerning those so that people don't really have a medical reason to have a hemicorporectomy like we did. I can't really yet understand where the person is coming from since I don't have this disorder, but I'm open-minded, as we all are, to talking about the subject, researching the subject together, talking in the comments in a forum sort of way on the subject. We do welcome anyone who has BIID or BID to please come to our channel. We want to hear your side. We want to try to understand where you're coming from. I believe in talk therapy, which I was taking behavioral psychology, even though we all, Angel and I both, are more into talk psychology, where you start from where you are and figure out how you got there, how you became the you are today. And then we work towards, by using everything we learned from the past, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the in-between, work through the bad, learn from it, and let it go. Don't carry that baggage. You let it go. But you don't forget what you learned. And you move forward. And you become stronger. And I believe that talk therapy would be a process that could be used as a tool with body integrity identity disorder, as well as body identity disorder. I believe, in my personal opinion, and as I said, it's not yet a confirmed medical diagnosis, it's more of a pseudoscience, I guess. Someone just walked over me. I heard something. I really believe what has happened is people with body identity disorder, some got to an extreme. It wasn't just needing their eyes blue. It has gotten to a more dangerous level of actual harm and irreversible lifetime harm that they have to live with the rest of their life. And maybe they're happy that that extra, as they felt, foreign object is gone. But what about all the other things Angel listed in do you really want to be an amputee? What about infections? What about just a simple cold making you wonder, okay, am I just feeling this way because I have a cold, or is there something wrong? Um, Amputations get infected. Sometimes they don't close properly. And if people are having this done at a non-certified type institution, hospital, um, the danger rate is even higher. And right now, we were given a 4% chance to live. We were given a 100% chance to die and a 4% chance to live. Now, I don't like math. Nicole's our math person, but we all believe that 4% chance to live was a lot better than 100% chance to die. Some people haven't taken that option. We worked with a gentleman who decided to go home and spend his last 6 months with his children. I believe he made it about 3 months, but he got to spend it with his children and his grandchildren. And as an advocate, again, we have to clinically think on this and logically and understand that once they say they don't want to do this, we have no right to push them. It is a decision that can only be made by you. And it is a decision that you hope to be able to live with. You hope that you live, and then you hope you can live with deciding to do it, with the side effects, the after effects, all the things you never expected. We didn't have anyone to talk to who knew about hemicorporectomies, and that's why we worked so hard to try to help other people. But now we have to figure out, not only are we watching for devotees, now we're watching for people who have body integrity identity disorder, for people who have body identity disorder. And one gentleman even said, when we wrote and asked, do you have we have a group, wheelchairs, amputations, and pressure sores. And we asked them, do you have any of the following, or is it a loved one? And he simply let me know that it was the kink. He was into that type of kink, that there was nothing wrong whatsoever with him. But he felt that it was his duty, because no one else was going to come along and love us type of women. And he felt it was wrong that so many people were left deprived of love. So he thought it was his duty to see them as, I'm assuming, an object of, and I've never paid for a date. We've never wanted a pity date in our life. We never wanted to be pitied. We did find out that we were, but we never wanted to be. And we used to be known as Reb's Fallen Angels. Well, our wings have mended, thanks to a great family, 3 wonderful children, a late partner, a dear, dear person to me who is like a sister, Ashley. And she's grown as well and has moved on with her life. And we did grieve those losses, but we learned from them, and they helped to mend our wings. Every person that touched us, every person that gave us insight and wisdom, they made Reb's fallen angels not fallen anymore. And that is really off topic probably, but it explains that some people could say, okay, you're nuts. It's just crazy. You can't have all these people living in your brain. You can't have this world up there. You can't have, it just isn't possible. Yet we know it is. So for this person to say that every time I look at my arm, I want to cringe and just grab a knife and cut it off. And literally people have said these things. Well, we can't look at them and say, we don't believe you or you're crazy. I mean, do they have a mental disorder? Yes. Do we? By all terms, yes, we do. But we consider it a multiple personality blessing more than a disorder. But by legal terms, we have a mental disorder. We don't see it that way. We see it as a more positive than a negative. I mean, you know the old saying, two heads is better than one. Imagine us. So school we did in units, I guess you would say. If I was good in the subject, I worked on it. If Angel was good in the subject, she worked on it. Statistics, Angel and I, neither one are any good at math, okay? Yep. Nicole took statistics, and her first year, well, her first term of statistics, she missed a half a point. And the next term, she missed a point. Now, that's the whole time. So, it was a benefit. But what these people are wanting to endure is dangerous. In some points, deadly. Especially, we feel bad now for coming out and letting the world know that there were Hemis, as we're called. Because now, some of the people with BIID want to go that far. It's like, I even spoke to a lady who wanted to go this far and have her arms removed as well. There's a movie called Boxing Helena. It was not where she intentionally wanted to be amputated, but the movie is about someone who actually has a fetish to amputate people. There's only so many parts you can do that with. Once it's done, it's kind of done. I do not put down anyone's kink. I do not care what you do in the bedroom. But when it becomes dangerously unhealthy for you, there has to be a line. And that's what a lot of the articles I was looking at was about. How far does this go? You know, do you allow people to remove a finger, which might not be nearly as serious as their arm? Where does it stop? These people do things to make themselves need amputations. You can't look at them and say, you just crushed your hand, but we're not going to take it off. Just like Angel said, you're going to do it. So if any of you all, and if anyone with BIID or BID wish to come to our channel and discuss this subject, we would enjoy learning from them, because there's no way any of us can know how they really feel and what they go through. And all we ask is respect. As dear Aretha Franklin said, respect. We will not allow anyone to bully anyone else on our channel. We will also not allow anyone to speak hate speech against another group of people. We have enough hate in this world. We have enough anger in this world. If there is a devil, he's feeding off of it. And for those of us who don't believe in that religion, the negativeness brings down our shields of religion. The world is just too full of hate. And I promise you, if you come to our channel, we will discuss this. We will do it respectfully. We would like to ask questions. And if you would be interested, if you're someone with body integrity identity disorder, that's going to take a little bit of learning, or body identity disorder, and you wish to talk, please shoot me an email, shoot me a comment, and there's 50 plus 1. We don't know why they say that, because there's really 45. There must be some somewhere hid in the woods. But anyway, we're open-minded. And so it's getting really late. The body's been up and down and up and down. So I think I'm going to call it a morning or a night. I ask that you love instead of hate. I ask that you understand that we are all human. If you can find nothing else in common with anyone, if you don't agree with them on their politics, you don't agree with them on their lifestyle, you have to agree on the fact that we're human. This is our country, so don't get me started on politics. We'll be here all night. But love the country that you are in, and that people have fought and died so that you have the freedom to be here and to say what you think, but you do not have the right, in my opinion, to hurt others. Sometimes having the right to do something just does not make it right to do, if you understand what I'm saying. Having the right to do something does not always make it the right thing to do. So, love one another. Let's stop being divided. Let's come together, not as Republicans, not as Democrats, but as Americans. Americans who want to help and love one another. And that is how I feel. The gentleman that wasted an entire week of Angel's time might have taught us something. I mean, in a stupid sort of way, because now we can really study this and get to understand it better, which will help us in deciding. So good night, everyone. Bless you. Blessed be everyone. I wish good wishes upon all of you. And I wish energy that brings you peace, happiness, love, and joy. From Nissa, the producer, and from I, LaDonna, we bid you a good morning and a good night. Again, please let me know if you'd like to discuss this subject or any other subject in more detail, and we will check. And one of the multiples, one of our altars are bound to know. As my sister friend Ashley said tonight, it's kind of like come talk with the altars. You pick the subject and we'll find an altar to match you. So, bid you well and ought to do.